Hello guys, this is the second part of the tutorial creating a Blendshape facial rig. So in this part I am going to talk a little bit about file management and file renaming, object renaming, and all sort of things like that. So file management is really essential, especially if you want to like start a new project. It's okay to actually put things in order. So what I mean by file management, I'm going to show you now. So this right here is my project folder. So I have a list of projects here for like for every project I work on. I have a folder here that has all the files. So when I open one of I'm going to try and open one of the projects that I've done before. Let's say I enter Ojo here, and you can see all the files that has to do with Ojo, be it the After Effects file or Substance Painter or Marvelous Designer and so on. And then you have some folders here that contains like one or two files that relates to the character, the animation, the whatever that has to do with Ojo. So this process, this is a very good practice because it keeps your file like in one. Like if I'm looking for things that has to do with Ojo, now I know that I'm coming to this place and I can find it here. And when I'm even backing up, I just click on this folder and then just send it to my backup drive directly. So I don't think there's anywhere in this my system here that you can find the file that is supposed to be here. If I'm working on something, maybe a project or something, I know I have to come to this place to get the file. I don't go to my document or file pictures or desktop and so on just to look for this particular file. I just come to this place and I get them there. So it's really very good to do that. And even when you're working with other people and they have this kind of pattern, it's easier to be able to transfer files and without having like headache, trying to figure things out. So for Maya has a way of creating like all this, most of these folders for you, by default. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So each of these folder has like one or two files. Like for instance, this scenes file has like all my scene project, like all my scene file for Maya. You can see the logo there, Maya binary. Like every like file that has to like enter into Maya comes from here. So there are some other folders, subfolders here like animation. And when I'm like doing animation, I like to have a folder for my animation file. I don't keep them where I keep my props or my rig file. I try to separate them, that way you not mess things up. Like imagine how plenty these files are and you have to be looking for one particular animation file or something, you get confused. But when you have them here, you know that one way or the other it's going to be here. So like all the animation I've done for Ojo, now you can see them here, the community shade animation, some other sub files, and then this hybrid animation, the one I just did recently, it's here. So that's how the same files work. And there is the script. If you have like a lot of script written for your projects, you can keep them here and you can always reference to them from here. And this is the source image. This is where you keep all your textures file. I'm sure you know what texture files are. This is where you keep them, and when you want to reference them into Maya and you click your import or browse button, it just takes you or brings you right here, and you can look for your file and just take it into Maya. So this is where they are. Okay. And sometimes when I'm working on like some other project, I can have a folder inside these source images and put some files here, so that I will not be I'll not be having too many files here, and when you have too many stuff at one place, it can get really confusing. And this is final. I create this one by myself because this is where I put all my final render after I've composited them and stuff. This is where I keep them. I learned this practice from my orange VFX days from Richard. We just create a final folder where you have all the clips of video clips. So you can have all these. Yeah, so if I have to send a video to somebody or I have to upload a video or whatever, I just come to this place and just bring it. So there's another one which is the movies. This is where I keep all the play blast for all the animations. Like when you play something, you do a play blast for your animation from Maya, all of them, can be found here. Sometimes they really puff. So I can see this now. I'm sure you can relate with this, from the animation I did. So that's the movie, and there are so many other ones that you could probably need, like the images where I keep my reference images and stuff, and maybe a render image. If I just render an image, I put them here as well. So that's about that. So now, when you are inside Maya and you want to uh, create a project window or a project folder, this is how you go about it. You just go to file here, you scroll right down, and then you see a project window here. When you click on this, it's going to bring a project window out. So because I'm inside Ebuka project, so it's written here and stuff. So you can see this is Ebuka, this is the file location, these are the folders I just showed you now. Like, this is where they, you create them from. So let's say I want to create a new project now. I can just click on this. When I click on this, so it's going to like put a new project here. You can just put the name of your project. Let's say animation lessons or something like that. So there's a project location. So I keep all my projects inside my drive D. Like when you are on your PC, this is my this is the drive that I say that has all my program files for my computer. So there's another drive D here. So inside the drive D, I have a project folder. Like you see this folder here, this particular one, a project. So once you go inside this, then you can have all my projects. So that is where the file location is, the project. So then I don't really touch all the stuff that you have here. I just leave it the way it is. Once you click this and click this, then you just accept, and that's all. So once I go back to my project, a folder that is called animation lesson should have been created. You can see here. So when we go inside, we see all the subfolders. Most of them are empty. Most of them have like some kind of information that is not really like a thing. So you can see all of them here, and you can just start saving your. So when you are inside Maya now, you need to save. You can see that automatically Maya locates my scenes, that the one I told you about, locate it. So whenever you save this character, it is saved inside the scenes folder. If I have to look for something, maybe I need to I apply I create an object, and then I give this object a material, and then I need to give the material a texture or something. Once I do this and I try to locate my texture, so you can see that the texture is inside the scene about the source images directly. So you don't need to be looking around and be searching for stuff. All your stuff are already Maya has a way of finding them from the source images where your textures are supposed to be at. And then this is another shortcut here where you can locate your scene images, source images, render data, whatever that you need to find at a particular point. If it is not, if it didn't give you from here, then you can always locate them from here. So that's a very good practice. So another thing now is the file renaming. I always tell people that work with me most times that it is very important that you name objects that you create inside Maya. You don't just have different kind of stuff like in your outliner, with different with default names. You have to be able to give them names. These names will really be very helpful for you when you have to maybe create a command or do something with them. So renaming and keeping your names namespaces intact is a very good practice. So if you look at my shape editor here, you can see the way I name my blend shapes. These are my corrective blends, but this is the expression blend. So I have this name, I've been using this for this blend shape name now, which is the expression blend. I've been using it for very long time, so I'm even used to it. All my command, all my code, everything, I have expression blend as the name. So there's no way my code will not run because I use the same name all the time. So there's the lead upper lid, left upper lid and right upper lid. So all these names are very very important. Your names, your naming your object, your mesh and stuff is really really very good practice, and you shouldn't really ignore them. When you are creating something, be giving them name and learn how to group stuff properly, so that you can have your outliner, as clean as possible. Imagine if you have a scene where you have like multiple characters and stuff, and then you just have your, or each of the characters has like a scattered outliner. Everything will just really like so much around here, and you really not like it. Especially if you are even working with some other people, they would just not like how unkempt your outliner is. So learn how to name your files properly, and then you enjoy. And even in this series now, file naming is very important. If you want to write your code and you want your code to run properly, naming your file properly is a way to go. So in the next video, we'll get started with the facial rig. We'll be working on preparing our file, our character for facial rigging with Blendshape. So if you like this video, kindly subscribe and share, and then like, and you can drop some comments if you have questions that you need to ask or something you need to know. Drop a comment and then I will find time to reply. So have a nice day, guys.